hauling carrying the strategic heft of a $95 billion proposal, the House of Representatives voted 216-214 to approve a budget blueprint that is slated to finance a presumed war effort against Iran and to strengthen election law restrictions in alignment with President Trump's agenda. The package, a reconciliation bill that bypasses the Senate filibuster, contains up to $73 billion earmarked for the military, $12 billion to support American farmers, and $10 billion aimed at tightening voting rules. This decision means that, immediately, the House aims to put considerable resources toward what it describes as battlefield readiness for U.S. forces. Representative Jody Arrington, the Budget Committee chair from Texas, said the plan is simply about stocking guns and bombs to finish the job and ensure soldiers can return home safely. Thwang Representative Mike Rogers of Alabama, the Armed Services Committee chair, echoed Arrington's language, adding that the funds guarantee troop readiness, pay and overall national security. Curiously, neither of these floor speakers mentioned the technicalities of the Iran conflict or the precise operational plans. The passage was anything but a unanimous chorus. While almost all Republicans in the House, including those who might have balked over cost or the looming midterm electoral implications, aligned behind the measure, a small trio stood apart: Kentucky's Thomas Massie, Ohio's Warren Davidson, and independent California member Kevin Kiley crossed the floor and voted no. They cited fiscal concerns and the lack of offsetting cuts that would balance the budget's expansion. Within Republican ranks, factions had voiced specific grievances. The budget hawks argued that the spending increase lacked a corresponding cut, raising long-term debt worries. Some defense-focused Republicans felt the package could be intensified to deliver even more money to the Pentagon. Centrist members, especially those running in districts that are competitive, were uneasy about AMA. That unease, however, had little effect on the final tally, since the Democratic structure of the House produced a sense of inevitability. Rice's leaders and supporters convinced many potential dissenters to set aside their concerns and side with the administration. Turning to the Senate, the outlook remains uncertain. Republican Senate leadership has hinted that it remains doubtful whether the chamber would embrace the same reconciliation strategy, suggesting an uphill battle for passage. If the Senate were to agree, the Supreme Court would need to reduce the threshold for discussion. Unfortunately, the article notes that disallowed. In sum, this bold move by the House underlines a GOP strategy that focuses on immediate military spend, domestic agricultural support, and electoral overhaul, all wrapped under a policy that sidesteps Senate confirmation by resorting to reconciliation. Some Republicans tied to the responsibilities of midterms saw it as a calculated gamble, others firmly push it as a necessary measure for national security. The plan now lies at a political crossroads, waiting to see whether the Senate will follow the floor's direction or push back. That's the latest on this sweeping budget push. Stay tuned for more as the story unfolds.